Becoming a truck driver. Is it a desperate choice? For me, it was. I was an auto mechanic most of my life. I worked on cars and I was good at it. And because I was good at it, I could make decent money and support my family. So like a lot of people, I think you get, this is something that I can do. A little bit of a comfort zone, but at the same time, I grew tired of it. The same thing day in and day out. And I just can't, my personality did not deal well with that. I became depressed and irritable. My family was sick of me. I was not a good person. I was not fun to be. I didn't play well with others. And about 4.5 years ago, I had a midlife crisis. I needed to change. I needed to do something different. And I was looking through I think it was online at the time, some different ads for different things, and just blindly looking for something. And the truck driving thing came up, and so I looked at that one. I looked at a couple of different companies, like, hey, maybe I could be a truck driver. My grandpa was a truck driver. I know a couple of people are truck drivers. But then again, most of their advice to me seemed to be discouraging. Like, you don't want to be a truck driver. No, when you have a family, you're away from your family all the time. And, I know people that truck driving's kind of broken up the family. I don't know if I want to do that. But I don't know. I didn't know what else to do. I called the recruiter. This lady says, yeah, just as long as you can pass the drug test and physical, we'll do the rest. No big deal. And I thought, hey, why not? Why not give it a try? Well, here's the hitch. You have to work for us for 1 year, or the school costs you $7,000. And when I told my wife that, she just about flipped out. Because I had made some really bad business and job decisions, especially in that time period recently. And I don't know, and I guarantee you she did not have a lot of faith in me at the time. And I don't blame her, if you only knew. But I said, okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. I went to Salt Lake at the time. I went to the school. And let me tell you, the school was okay. But then after and getting your CDL, it was somewhat exciting. Getting in the truck for the first time, learning how to shift, learning how to back up. All that was cool. I liked driving the truck. I really did. I enjoyed that part of it. But then they put you in the truck with a trainer. And my trainer had about 6 months of experience. And I want to make another video in the future about that whole experience with this company and with my trainer, with probably my whole first year experience. I'll do that later though. But for now, let's just say I was miserable. I hated it, and I wanted to quit. And I even told my wife, I packed my bags and told my wife, come pick me up. And the answer was no. No, you're not doing this to us. You signed a contract for $7,000. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I need to do this. I can at least get through this. So I started to compartmentalize the time periods, Okay, I can get through this training period. I got my CDL, I got the schooling, got to get through this training period, and then I'm going to team, and things will be better. And there's nothing against the trainer. He was a nice guy. But so I started teaming, again, nice guy, but couldn't stand it. And it wasn't, to me, it was me. It wasn't them, it really was me. I am not a person, I'm not a social person. I don't play well with others, period. And anybody that knows me can probably attest to that. But I needed to drive solo. And I called this career counselor lady, and I explained to her that I couldn't do this any longer. I was miserable. I hated trying to sleep. The problems I had was I had to try to sleep in the truck while the truck's driving down the road, because that's how teaming works. And that's how it was when I was training too. The other person is driving while you're trying to sleep, and then they're sleeping while you're driving, so you can't turn the radio on. You have to keep it really nice and quiet. So there was some very specific things that I had a difficult time with, and then just living with another person, a complete stranger. But honestly, even if it was somebody that I knew, I don't know if that I could even team with. Some people do it with their spouse. I don't know. now that I've been driving for 4 years, I'm a solo truck driver. I love it. I don't know if I could team drive, but I hated it. I want to quit several times. That's the point. I wanted to quit several times, but I had to keep pushing through that first year. And after I called that lady, she said, hey, we have this solo position. So I'd driven truck for about 4 months, and she said, we do have this one solo position. They really need drivers, but you're supposed to live within an hour of Nampa, Idaho. And I didn't. I lived down in south of Salt Lake an hour. But she said, look, if you're willing to live out of your truck, basically live in Nampa, Idaho, at least for another 6 months until you get your 1 year experience, then you could do that. I'm like, sign me up. Let me do it. They gave me a brand new truck and sent me to Nampa, Idaho, and I was in love with the whole thing from that moment on. Once I drove that truck solo on my own, it was me. I'm captain of the ship. It's my ship, and from that point forward, I knew this is what I wanted to do. This is what I needed to do. This is what I definitely could do. There are negatives and positives. And I think the next video I make is going to be about being a truck driver, what it's like to be a truck driver, what it takes to be a truck driver, what type of people, what type of person you might need to be. So we'll do that next. But the couple of points in this video I want, maybe somebody that might watch this video that wants to be a truck driver, or anything really. For number one, if you are miserable in life doing whatever you're doing, change it up. Try something different. Life is short. Don't be miserable. There's probably something out there that you can do that you're not so miserable, because there's a lot of negatives with being a truck driver. But for once in my life, for the first time in my life, I can tell you that the positives outweigh the negatives. My family life is better. Yes, for me, like I said, other people, this can actually hurt the family life. For me, this has helped my family life. At the point where I am with my family, this has helped my family life. My wife and I are closer, I would say, best friends. Absolutely. Our relationship is so much better than it used to be. Something about that saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And that's true. That definitely holds true with me and my situation. And when you go home, you appreciate more your loved ones and other things too that you don't have, being able to call up and order a pizza, having it delivered to your door, things like that. But yeah, it's helped in that area. And then another thing is don't give up when you're going to try something new. Especially if you get into this business and you're trying truck driving, definitely you need to get through that whole training and teaming experience, that first 6 months or so. Get to where you're solo at least, and then I would say definitely stick it out for a year. Make sure, and that's probably the way it is for anything in life. Give it a year. It's a good rule of thumb. But in truck driving, definitely got to give it that year. Get through that first year. See if it's something that you want to do or can do. I think it'd be a good experience either way. So that's my spiel on that truck driving thing. We'll talk next time a little bit about being a truck driver, what it's like. Thanks.